So now what we are going to discuss is, so as this was our first class after the introduction to SAP HANA, what we are going to do is we are going to load one flat file to HANA database. Okay, we are going to perform a flat file load, means from data from a CSV file into HANA database table. Okay, so to do so by performing this, what will happen, the output of this activity is, at the end you will have one table created in HANA database, and that is filled with our data in the flat file. Okay, so this is the first step what we are going to learn. Okay, simple step where you can understand more about how to work on the system. But before this you need some knowledge on the data types. Okay, that is also important. But instead of going in depth of it, first of all let's do this one. As you are already a technical consultant, so you know little bit small something about data types. I hope it won't be too complex to understand. Okay, then we go in depth of each data type, how it works and everything. Okay, so I'm go first of all, to perform this activity, what I need one CSV file. Now I am going to create a new CSV file with some data set. Okay, so I opened one new Excel sheet. Here I am creating some data. So first of all, before creating data, I need some column headings so that I get to know what is, I need to define what is my data and what columns I required in my data. Okay, so for easy understanding, I am taking some sales information here. Okay, for example, document number or bill number. Okay, and then created on, so on which date this particular document was created, and for which customer we created this bill. Okay, and for what was the material he is purchasing, and what quantity he is purchasing, and quantity respect to unit. So these are the columns which I am going to provide in my data. So my document number, say example 1001, and created on. So in in SAP, the always date format must be in YYYY format. Okay, so in the same way, now I am going to provide one date here. Okay, 2022-01-01, and then customer number. So I am taking customer as C1, simple, to make it simple, material as M1, quantity as 100, units as pieces. Okay, and 1002 is the second bill number, and it was on 2022-01-01, same date for same customer, but this time material M2 with 150 pieces. And there is one more material, one more bill number, 2022 0102, second date, customer C2, M1 material with 200 pieces. So I want one more record, last record in this data set, 2022-0102 C3 M1 500 pieces. Okay, let's keep our data set minimal. So I am having around 4 records are there in my data set, and this is the data. Now I am going to save this data, save as my data in a CSV file format. That is important. Okay, in the save as type, go here and select CSV comma delimited file, and keep here the sales underscore 3 underscore 2022 0 for today's data I am giving here. Okay, I am saving here. So now I have my CSV file ready in my system. Okay, now I am going to upload this CSV file into the HANA database. So how I can, now if you see this particular file, that data, it is in my system, my local system. Okay, my computer or my local system. Now I am bringing data from my local system into HANA database. Okay. So because table will be created on HANA database, so data also I'm uploading to HANA database. Okay. So how I can upload data from my local system into HANA database? So go to File, Import. Here you have an option called Data from Local File. Under SAP HANA Content, you see one option called Data from Local File. Select this one, go to Next and select your database. So what is this? In real time, you may have multiple systems here like a development system, quality system, production system. So on which system you are going to upload your data is important. So since I have only one system here, I am selecting this one, and based upon the environment where you want to upload, you need to select your environment here, database here. Okay, and click on next here. So this is the important one, import data from local file. So here you need to provide your inputs. So first of all, it is asking to provide the source file information. So browse here, go to my documents, and then I am giving my file information here, selecting my file so that I got the path of my file. And here it is, my file is comma delimited, so this is fine. Header row exists. Yeah, I have in my file there is one row of header. So this particular line is a header, it's not a data. So I am mentioning that information as a header row exists in my data, and number of rows header includes is 1. My first row is header row. Okay, and here import all data, or if for example if you want to partially upload data from 2 to 3 record, you can do it, or else if you don't specify anything, it will try to upload data from starting to ending until you see some blank lines here. Okay, so don't need to check anything here, leave it like this since we want to upload all data. Okay, now next, so new schema, you see target table, new schema. So here at the end what we are going to do, we are going to upload our file into a HANA database table. But do we have table already created in the database? No. So first time we are uploading, we don't have table created. So what in this screen what we are telling is create a table. So new means we are saying create a table. But if we have already a table available, then we go for second option, existing. Here we will select the destination table. In our case, I am taking new. And it is asking schema. Yesterday I told you, right, we are logging with HANA user. So there will be a schema with HANA user, which is our schema where we have full authorization. So I am selecting HANA user schema here. Okay, and we need to provide a table name. So which table name I am going to give? A underscore, okay, A underscore sales. Okay, so this is the table name which I am going to provide now. Okay, and then click on next. So you see, after clicking on next, what happened? So since I mentioned in my previous screen, header row exists. From the header row, it is taking the information of header. You see, all these are the header row information. So I have total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns are there, and for 6 columns in my target, this is source, my file information, and target, the table which I am going to create. So in the table, it is creating 6 columns. Okay, in the 6 columns, when we create any table, important is to define the data type for each column. Okay, so in a database, if you are creating a table, you need to mention the data type of each table. Okay, so each column. So for document number, SAP proposing a document data type as a small int. Why? Because in our in our file, in the document number column, we are trying to load a number field. Since everything is a number, system considering this as a number field, but this is not a number field. So a numeric field means int means it's a numeric kind of data where we perform arithmetic operations, addition, summation and all. But anytime do we perform anything arithmetic operations on document number? No, right? So for that reason, even though it is a numerical number, we must consider this number as a string, okay, not as a integer. So for that reason, I need to update my data type from small int into here, let's say varchar. So what is varchar? I will tell you now, but by seeing this char, you must feel like it's a string type. Okay, and whenever you are mentioning varchar, you must specify the length also. Okay, so by default, as per SAP standards, I am taking document number of length 10. Okay, and created on. So created on means here in our scenario, created on means date field. To we know, because we created this file, we know this is a date field, but this is also having only numeric numbers here. System considering this also as an integer. So we must correct the data type to date. It is a date type. When you say date, you no need to specify any length. System knows, always give the date as 8 characters. Okay, and customer. So customer, you see in our file, the customer is a alphanumeric C1. So one is alpha number, sorry, characteristic alphabet, another one is a number. Since it is alphanumeric, so system directly proposing it is of type n varchar length 2. But I am taking 18 as per sorry, 10. Customer means as per SAP standards, customer may have length 10, so I am giving 10 here. And material also alphanumeric, I am giving number 18, length is 18. So quantity may be in decimal format, right? So that's why I'm going to decimal. Whenever you mention any data type as decimal, you must mention the length and precision. Okay, 17 and comma 3. So in our BW also we know that quantity KPI is having some decimal number 17.3. Okay, and the unit in as per our BW standards, unit contains max length 3. Okay, and currency is 5. So I am giving 3 here. So now I defined my data types of my each column. Then the next important thing is defining the key, table key. Okay, why we are defining a table key? We must define a table key because to not to load duplicate records into our data, into our table. So here in our data set, the table key is nothing but 1001. What is a key? A key differentiates the data record in record to record. So when compared to first record to second record, the difference is a document number. Okay, these are all the transactional fields, but so for example, if you go to any shop, each customer will receive a bill for her purchase. So bill contains a unique bill number or document number. Okay, so that's why it is always document number acts as a unique key identifier. So I'm making document number as a key here. So I'm done. I'm done here by mapping and then defining key. Then click on next. So now what it is saying, so this is the data that it is going to load into your data, into your table. Click on finish. When you click on finish, you see on the job log, you see importing flat file led, status submitted and status completed successfully. It means a system saying we successfully created the table. Okay, now go to your catalog, go to your schema. Okay, under your schema, under table section, you can see your table. You see A underscore sales table was created. Now right click on it, open content. You see now table was created with the technical names you provided and the description. And if you see here, the important point, observation is very important in learning. Okay, if you see here the technical names, wherever I given capital letters, you taken capital letters. Wherever I given small alphanumeric mixed combination alphabets with small and capital letters, system considering the technical name of the field also in the same way. It means whatever you are providing as a heading, it is taken consideration. In general, in our BW system and all, technical name always capital letters. But here what we observe is it is a small letters combination also coming on the technical name side. Okay, this is content. If you want to see definition, open, right click on your table, go to open definition, where you can see the column information, data type you defined, length and system level data store data type. Okay, key information. So what is this? This is table definition, how you define the table in the database, and this is the content, what is the data you have in the table. Okay, So I hope it is clear so far. So just let's say break. So here we learned about how to upload data from a flat file into a HANA database table. Okay. So in next what we are going to learn is how to upload or how to upload delta information into the table. Here what happened is you create a table and loaded the data from Excel to here. But now what we are going to learn is how to upload a data into Excel into table uh, append. So in the append format, it means extra records you are going to insert into your table by using another CSV file that we are going to learn now. Okay.